Have you ever wanted to live in a world where it's nuke Gandhi before Gandhi nukes you? Well, have I got the game for you. Yes, that is the entire intro. Sid Meier's Civilization V is the 5th entry in the award-winning series and my personal favourite of the lot. It is a turn-based 4x strategy game where you must build your civilization throughout the ages to stand the test of time. This means the typical 4x formula, explore, expand, exploit, exterminate, in order to achieve victory through one of 4 win conditions: being smart, being influential, being rich, or just being a jerk. Civilization V has sold millions of copies and is heavily regarded as one of the best strategy games of all time, even though it is now a decade old. So grab it cheap with the links below. Trust me, you won't regret it. One of the reasons this game survives to this day is the raw amount of customization in terms of picking your map, civilization, game rules, opponents, etc. Each civilization you can play has unique abilities with unique units and buildings, allowing you to experience the joys of conquering the world with more than just a different wash of paint. Now, I'm going to be honest with you here. Not all civilizations are created equal. There are objectively better civilizations and civilizations that will get curb stomped. I suggest Poland for beginners, but in single player you can abuse this game's AI pretty easily and play whatever you want. For difficulty, Prince is the normal setting. Going any higher just makes the AI get flat bonuses and starting boons. To give you an idea of how unfair it can be, I've got about 500 hours in this game and I can only play Emperor. Deity is for madmen. So you settle your capital city and begin to expand. As your city grows in population, you can work more of the land you control, granting you more resources. You find city-states, ancient ruins, and eventually... crap. Other civilizations in this game and their leaders all have predefined traits and tendencies. Gandhi really wants to make friends, Ramses wants to build wonders any chance he gets, and these guys will declare war if they find you are lacking in military strength. Sometimes not even lacking, but they will take whatever opportunity to expand religiously. Mind you, the AI will generally do whatever is in its best interest. As I'm writing this right now, I had a game where Gandhi asked me to join him for war against Elizabeth, which was immensely satisfying. Combat in this game, I would argue, to be rather simple, and one of the reasons I love 5 over 6 is because it's more about positioning and composition. Military units include melee, range, siege with their air and ocean counterparts. Later on you gain mounted units with increased speed and units to counter them and have to worry about things like air interception, but that's mainly set dressing for the later eras. They all have a role in combat. Melee soaks damage, ranged attacks without being attacked, and siege assists in taking cities. Units gain additional strength depending on their location, with rough terrain forts and cities providing the best, with the latter boosting a unit's ability to heal. Holding an army in this game is incredibly important, as even if you want to remain peaceful, it pressures other civilizations to not attack you. Whenever you are not building units to stave off other greedy empires, or to invade them for your own rewards, your cities work on either buildings or wonders. Buildings give resources and tile bonuses for a maintenance cost, and may even provide specialist slots to generate additional boons, which I will touch on later. Wonders are unique projects which cost large amounts of production but have amazing powers. World Wonders are exclusive to the first civilization that finishes it, meaning that they are highly competitive. This includes stuff like the Great Library, Colossus and Machu Picchu, which can majorly change the way you approach the game and help you achieve one of those victory conditions. You will be challenging other civilizations to get there first. Trust me, you are going to lose sometimes. National Wonders, on the other hand, require you to build specific buildings in all of your cities. Naturally, this is easier for smaller empires. These everyone can build and should definitely be aimed towards completing. To unlock new buildings and units, you must research new technologies. Science is generated by your population and is boosted by some buildings. These new technologies are essential to developing your civilization. You can try to attack a bazooka with a knight, but it's not going to end very well. Keeping up isn't a matter of want, it's a necessity, and it's required to match everyone else. Researching technologies that enable better science output is quite important, but it all depends on your priorities. So you expand to take new lands or conquer your enemies. Generally, a game of Civilization V will see 2 different playstyles emerge, tall or wide. One of the reasons I prefer this game over 6 is because the tall playstyle, in my opinion, is a lot more accessible. For those of you who don't know, tall is when you only have a few cities or so that are extremely good, whereas wide concerns itself with many cities that may not have access to their full potential. Both have their own strengths and weaknesses and are completely viable. It's just a matter of what you want to pursue. Generally, however, playing wide will lead you into a few liberatory wars. Taking these birthright lands from the hands of other civilizations will cause you to gain a bit of a reputation. Declaring war, capturing cities, and actually eliminating other players will generate a warmongerous score. The higher this gets, the more people will start acting hostile towards you. Some civilizations will tolerate a bit of warmongery, mainly because they are warmongers themselves and would be giant hypocrites. But if your warmongering is starting to become an issue of global prominence, then you are going to have a bad time. AI players will begin to work together to stop you. Generally, if the other empires believe you're about to sink the world into a new dark age, then even the empires who know they have no chance of winning against you will declare war on you in a last-ditch attempt to stop your conquest. If you play your cards right, however, this shouldn't be a problem. It is a problem, however, if someone's researched nuclear technology. Nukes are powerful in this game. You have to finish the Manhattan Project to gain access to them, and everyone is alerted to your completion. The thing about atomic bombs and missiles is that in this game, there is no defense to them. They go wherever you pick them to, and they will hit 100% of the time. The doctrine of mad is something to concern yourself with in this game. In single player, any civilization with a nuclear weapon will happen to act more aggressively against opponents who don't have any. Having a nuke, even if you don't plan on using it, will deter these people. But why build something when you aren't going to use it? A nuclear missile will kill any unit within 2 tiles and damage cities immensely. A city with low population will just be completely destroyed. Naturally, using these weapons will incur a diplomatic penalty, but remember, they can't hate you if they're already dead. Let me touch back to Gandhi now. In his incarnation in Civilization 5, Gandhi will not declare war unless provoked extremely. However, once you do end up in conflict, Gandhi has an extreme willingness to research, build, and use nuclear weapons. His rating to use these devices is 12 out of 10. Don't let this kind, peaceful man deceive you. He is out for your blood, and nothing more than total capitulation will sate him. Actually, pretty much everyone is on higher difficulties, but something about Gandhi of all people doing this is so entertaining. Other things about this game is making trade deals with England and the fact that you can research the internet before computers. We love the logic in this game, and you will too, I can assure you. Guess what else we love? Communism. If that ain't a segue, I'm not quite sure what is. Ideologies are philosophies that your empire may follow, offering access to different tenets. Capitalism is good for tall empires that focus on making specialist costs less than upkeep and grant defensive bonuses. Communism is good for wide empires, offering many per city bonuses and major bonuses to production and science with factories. Finally, fascism is great for complete domination that makes your people happy whether they like it or not, and also makes your army faster. Having the same ideologies as other civilizations will make them more willing to work with you, and vice versa. You can also receive unhappiness from civilizations with different ideologies and are influential over you, possibly forcing you to switch. Culture is behind your ideologies and social policies, so be sure to get some pronto. Religion is another thing you can concern yourself with. By generating enough faith, you can spawn in a great profit for your empire. All other great people are generated through certain buildings and wonders, all with unique effects such as granting additional science, instantly completing wonders, which is amazing, and generating great works, to name a few. They are all very powerful in unique ways and something you should look at procuring as the game goes on. To win civilization, you must achieve victory through a variety of conditions. You can conquer all of your enemies' capitals for domination, launch a spaceship into space for science, become influential over all and cultural, or become world leader diplomatically with enough votes. All of these methods require you to focus on them, and some civilizations are more suited to others due to their unique benefits. Mind you, civilizations won't sit idly as you achieve your victory, so be ready to defend yourself and your chosen victory route. Games of Civilization typically see 2 or 3 superpowers all turns away from victory in a tense race to the finish line, and it's this excitement that will make your games unforgettable. That or nuking everyone, it's your pick. Civilization 5 has enjoyed millions of sales and countless awards, and all for good reason. It is one of the best turn-based strategy games possibly ever. I can definitely give it my highest recommendation, so long as you grab the DLC with it. As such, links below for where you can buy the complete game. Thanks, and I will see you all around.